Hey, you got the Boston Trucker with you. I am back from the Mid-America Truck Show. Back to do some trucking today. Unfortunately, my truck is in the shop getting tie rod ends put in today. So I'm gonna be driving Teddy's truck this morning while he's at a doctor's appointment. I'm so glad to be back. I had an amazing time. Mid-America Truck Show, probably the world's biggest truck show. It's the Disneyland for truckers. I was saying it all weekend. And I have a lot to say about it. Stick around. We're gonna get the old Mac going. We're gonna do a pre-trip inspection on it. Get her started, light the fires. Run a couple loads with this thing. And I think I'm gonna bring back the Western Star. Andrew's last day was Friday. Bring it back, we'll get it serviced. And by the time that's all done, I should be back in my truck at the end of the day. Hopefully. All right. It's got a remote key. Except, as most electronics, don't work. This is the stuff that gets edited on other people's videos. Watch, this alarm will probably go off now. Cue the music. The Boston Trucker here. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy it. All right, we made it to the gravel pit with Teddy's truck. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to Shell Rotella. Shell Rotella, the best oil in the business. It's a free plug. Got my Shell Rotella hats on today. Every day in this video I'll be wearing a different hat, because the only thing I ever get at a truck show are hats, because I love truckers' hats, especially if they have a truck on it, by the way. If you're new to the channel, welcome, thank you. This is not the truck I typically drive. I typically drive a Kenworth W900. I should be back in that tomorrow. Yeah, just making a couple of deliveries this morning. Over here in Concord, Mass. Yeah, people parked in the way, no big deal. We'll just go around them. Just dump load number 2 here. Call dispatch and see what's next. Waiting on dispatch to call me back. I figure I could fill you in on what's been up with me lately. Just got back from the Mid-America Truck Show, as I mentioned. If you've never been to the Mid-America Truck Show, it's kind of like going to Disneyland, but for truckers. 3-day event. In 3 days, you might not even see everything. There's that much to see. And it's a great time, and people get together at night and go down to 4th Street downtown, or they go wherever and have dinner, and it's a big community event. Everybody there either worked for the trucking industry or is trying to sell things to the trucking industry, and it's a big love fest, mostly. And the reason I'm there is I'm with Shell Rotella. Shell Rotella reached out to me. If you're new here, in 2017, they liked my social media posts. They sent me an email. Hey, would you come down to Super Rigs in Tulsa, Oklahoma this year and bring your bag of tricks, and we'll fly you, we'll pay you, we'll put you up, we'll pay your expenses. And then I deleted the email right away because I thought it was a fake. Then they reached out to me again a few weeks later. I've been with Shell Rotella, the greatest crew team in the business since 2017, and I've been to all their shows. They started bringing me to the Mid-America Truck Show last year, and it's awesome. I mean, like zero. I've experienced 0 bits of negativity the entire time I've been with the Shell Rotella crew. At every truck show, at every event, it's just positivity. The people are happy. People come to the booth, they're excited. People come to meet me that watch these videos, which is just I can't describe how humbling that is when somebody wants to meet me, just a poor schlub truck driver from Boston. It's a great feeling. And when I'm walking across the truck show parking lot, like in Mid-America, and people are in their pickup trucks go, Boston trucker, and they're like, they throw it in park, and they come out and shake my hand and meet me, and it's crazy. It's beyond something that's not going to go to my head, by the way, either. Another thing they announced at Show Super Rigs is they've been talking to me about this for a while. They wanted Steve Sturgis, the great Steve Sturgis, passed away last year. Steve Sturgis was a Super Rigs judge for 35 years. And I mean, he was way more than a judge for the trucking industry. This is a guy I idolized as a teenager growing up when he was a writer and editor in American Trucker Magazine. I worshipped every word this guy wrote and every test drive he took. And I was just so honored to get to know him over the last few years as a judge, as a person, shadow him a little bit. And he passed away this year, or last year, within the last year. And so I'm stepping into some big shoes, and it's I take it very seriously. I know firsthand how much blood, sweat, and money people put into their trucks. And to be a judge at a truck show I take it very seriously. And especially at Super Rigs, where when you get on that calendar, it's the stuff where legends are made. Because, I mean, I've been looking at the Super Rigs calendar since I was a little kid. I still have most of them, and you're immortalized on that calendar. And the Super Rigs truck shows, they're not just about the calendar. There's also there's thousands and thousands and $1,000 worth of prizes, but it's more about community, truckers getting together, showing our pride in our industry. And, you know, I showed trucks for years. I'm still showing trucks locally. You always make new friends at the truck shows. And I always say friends for life. You make some friends for life because you have that common goal, that common bond of loving trucks with that small percentage of truckers who gets up in the morning and just loves what we do. And we get up and we wipe down our trucks. And yeah, I'm really honored to be a judge, and I'm going to take it seriously. And I know a lot of people in the industry that know me. You got to bring it on. You got to bring it. You got to bring the goods. I'm not, just because we're friends and judging is two different things. So don't think because we're friends that I'm not the only judge. I'm one of 4 or 5 judges, and no favoritism. You can't, because if you do something like that, you're gonna get called out on it, and I'm not about that, y'all. So waiting on that call. We're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna bring the truck back to the materials yard. Teddy's gonna jump back in his truck. I think he's going to give me a ride to get Andrew's old truck, which is the Western Star, another automatic. And while they put the tie rods in the Kenworth, hopefully be back hooking up to my wagon tonight, or at least tomorrow morning. So let's go see what's up with what we're doing next. All right, I just arrived. Took a ride with Teddy. Gonna jump in I don't know how long we're gonna call this Andrew's old truck, the Western Star. Gonna disconnect from the trailer. Andrew left it nice and clean. I mean, this is like showroom clean. I'm gonna disconnect from the trailer. Even polish the trailer wheels, look at that. And I'm gonna bobtail back, and by the time I get back, my tractor theoretically should be ready. So let's drop this wagon and we'll head out east. Smells good in here. It's very clean. Whoever we hire to drive this truck is stepping in some big shoes. Andrew kept this truck spotless, and you're gonna get it spotless and clean. It smells good because there's like 1,000 air fresheners in here. That's funny. See, I was looking for that. I almost was looking for the, the shifter to put in neutral, but all right, I think we're good. got it hooked up to my trailer. Just doing a pre-trip inspection. Make sure all the blinkies go blink, blink, blink. Don't look half bad hook up to my wagon. Made it to the pit in the Western Star. I gotta be 100% honest. It's not a bad truck. Goes down the road straight. The seat is wicked comfortable. This is the seat. I don't know what makes this seat, but 100% better, 100% more comfortable than that Mac Pinnacle seat. And you know what? It looks pretty good with my trailer. I should stay in it. April Fools. Yeah, you didn't fall for that one. Nah, it actually isn't that bad. Very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. And I like the wide cab and the flat glass windshield. What I don't like is, look at that stack of all that depth stuff. I also don't like the steps. I've tripped a few times. But cab's quiet, airtight, a nice dashboard. Not a fan of this. I just don't like the look of that. That looks kind of, I don't know, but it's got a nice overall cabin here. You get some chrome caps for these, you know, why not? Figure out, see if we can figure out how to dump this thing. I gotta find the dump suspension, which I used earlier. I don't even know how this works. PTO, help me find it. If you find the PTO, yell, found it. PTO, power takeoff, right? Isn't that what it stands for? PT? I don't even know. I think so. Let's see what happens when they put this in. Oh, yep, look at that. We found it together, folks. Sherman. She's going up. All right, where did I leave off? Let's just look at it going neutral. Neutral's here, dummy. Where did I leave off? My Mid-America Truck Show story. First day, first of all, flying sucks. You know, I miss the old days when I would drive a truck to Mid-America and just park it there. I got a really good parking spot in the show lot, right next to the building. I had multiple delays in New Jersey, changing gates 3 times. Wow. But seriously, the Shell put me up in a great hotel, the Hilton downtown. First day at the show. I spent 8 hours at the Shell Rotella booth. You know, I can go back and forth, but I feel like I should stay there because every time I leave, they tell me somebody came to meet me, and I don't want to, you know, somebody comes to meet me to say hello, and I say I'm going to be there, I got to be there. And that was Thursday night. What did I do Thursday night? So Thursday night, got invited to Shell Rotella dinner event. Every year they have an event, a corporate event. They invite sponsors and people they work with, and pretty cool event this year. It was at the Louisville Slugger Museum. We had a buffet. We had all kinds of stuff. It was really, we got a tour of the museum. It was really awesome. And Friday was a rainy day, but I was inside anyways. But a lot of people inside, and a lot of people came by the Shell booth on Friday. And it was really great to meet so many people that came by to say hello, and took a picture with everybody, and had some great conversation. And I hope I didn't disappoint anybody. If you came by and you missed me and you wanted to meet me, I was there almost the entire time, Thursday and Friday, except for a couple bathroom breaks and to grab a bite to eat real fast. But you know, it's always next year. And believe me, it's not that great to meet me. I'm pretty boring in person, so you're not missing anything. This is where I'm really excited. So Friday night, I got invited, this is the second year in a row, by my good friends, Miss Flatbed Red on social media, and her husband Chris Budke, B-U-D-K-E. Two of the greatest people I know, the nicest people I know, genuine people. They're the king and queens of trucking to me. They're on the end when it comes to the antique trucks and truck shows, and you should follow them on social media. They invited me to dinner, and it's just such a humbling feeling when you arrive to dinner and you see who's sitting at that table. And you definitely, there's this feeling of not belonging, but then everybody's so nice, and then most of the people watch my videos, which is just, it's so fun. It's so cool. It's so cool. Charlie Tackerberry at the table. You know, this is a guy who's, you know, multiple gravel pits and multiple trucks and antique trucks, and he's, you know, true blue trucker through and through, and construction guy, and knows who I am. That's a pretty surreal feeling. And then you get the twins, Peter and Carl Corporal. These two guys, they're twins. I don't know how old they are. They're probably a little older than me. They're retired garbage men, garbage truck drivers. I mean, you should see the garbage trucks they used to drive. They're cleaner than my truck. Like, these are guys who would, like, live and breathe trucks and watch my videos, you know, question me about my videos, and it's just so cool. Who else was at the table? On my left was Nolan Miller, who I'm getting to know, young guy. He's into diesel. I think he's a diesel mechanic. I might have that wrong, but a well-known guy. On the left to him was Brian Bauman, young guy from Indiana. He's got a bunch of old international trucks, the old long hood, like the Transtars, right? He's there. On the other side was Misty Big Rig, my friend Misty from Texas and Arizona. Me and Misty, we made a couple videos last summer. Went out in Boston, she rode with me. And one time we hung out at the Big Iron Classic up in Minnesota. We got Misty Big Rig on social. To my right, Kara Metzger. Kara Metzger, call her the safety lady. Huge on social media. Kara Metzger. Video after video of old school trucking stuff. She grew up in a trucking family. Her dad was famous truck racer, and she's got a heritage and a collection like no other. and then she was with Mike Block. Mike Block is the modern day rubber duck, let's say. You know, Mike Block is he's a cool dude. He's got some trucking stories, but he'll be declined to be on video. Let me put it that way. I'd like to go to his compound someday and play with some trucks. But good people. That was Friday night, and it was great. It was great. And then Saturday morning, I got up early because I had to leave at 12 to go to the airport. I get up early. I walked around the Spectator lot. I put up a video for that called the show outside the show, and I walked around the show trucks and saw some trucks and caught a plane and had more delays coming home. Got home Saturday night, and it was a good time. It was just if you haven't been to the Mid-America Truck Show, I highly recommend you get there. It's the Disneyland for truckers. I don't know if I've said that already in this video, but it's really just a 3-day show and a 3-day party every night, and it's what you make of it. And make sure you get the Super Rigs one year. If you're a trucker, you want to go to Rotella.com. There's all kinds of great offers on Rotella.com, including for every oil change you get with Rotella, you're going to get a chance to win your own Class 8 truck. Go to Rotella.com for details, because I'm fuzzy with details all the time, so I'm not the best person. I give you the basics of the information. And come to the Super Rig Show. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be a judge. It's going to be great. I'm going to bring integrity. You're going to bring all my integrity with me as a judge. Won't be any funny business. The judges are all top-notch people at Super Rigs. They know what they're doing. I'm going to learn. And yeah, we're driving this Western Star, which I got to admit, it's not so bad. It's very quiet. Well, you know, man, maybe it's not so quiet. I'm yelling. Now I think about it. Solid truck. Goes down the road straight. The seat's wicked comfortable. Wicked comfortable. It's even more comfortable than my seat. Wide cab. Like, it's expansive here. It's not bad. I mean, if you don't mind the automatic, the power's a little under. Compared to my Cummins, it's, you know, big time. Less horsepower, I can tell. But it's not such a bad truck, I guess, you know? Would I want to drive it every day? No. But that's me. I need the shift, you know? I'm emotional about a truck. As my buddy at the Steady at the Wheel podcast said, it's about emotions. And I can't let go of my emotions about trucks. I'm just not strong. I'm just not a strong enough person. That's all I have to say about that. Doesn't look too bad hooked up to my trailer. Hate to admit it. Like my East gear. East Trailer Manufacturing gear out of Randolph, Ohio. I like it. It's gonna be some of my new favorite trucker wear. I'll tell you how I got it. So, I'm walking outside my hotel and I see a whole bunch of people wearing East Trailer Manufacturing gear. And I'm like, wow, I would love some of that. But I would never ask anybody for a freebie. It's just not my personality. So I run into the Fred Trubiano. He's the Great Lakes Regional Sales Manager for East. And I'm like, hey man, how do I get one of those hats? And he goes, well, you know, they're just for the salespeople here. I said, dude, I pull in East. I got a YouTube channel. I pull my East. It's in every video. I'd love to have a hat. to wear it in one of my videos. He goes, you know what? Let me run to my car. I'll see what I got. Gave me a baseball cap, which I love. Love this hat. Beautiful jacket. It's a large too. I wear an extra large. Fits me pretty good. And a winter baseball cap. Stocking hat. So I'll wear that all in the winter time. I want to thank Fred and the people over at East. I met a bunch of them over there at the hotel. Awesome people. Thank you very much. Let's get to work. So, I pulled 3 loads with the Western Star so far, so I really got a much better idea about this truck. So it's got the DD16 Detroit in it. 6-speed Allison. And it's probably one of the most comfortable trucks I've ever driven in. Very comfortable. I feel like I could sleep while I drive, it's so comfortable. Power is, once it gets going, it's pretty good, but it's nothing compared to the 565 horsepower Cummins in my Kenworth that I drive. Takeoff is real slow. But like I said, it'll get up and go once it gets up to speed, but it's really slow takeoff. But it's comfortable. Like, the seat's really comfortable, and it's, you know, if you just like to drive, like go on long drives, it's probably like driving a motorhome. I would imagine. I never drove a motorhome, but I kind of get that feeling when I'm driving it. It's like driving an RV. So any of you RV people who want to get into trucking, this might be the truck for you. Any of you truckers who like to grab gears and throw smoke and control the truck, probably not your kind of truck, because you lose a lot of control with this thing. I can also imagine these trucks go through brakes a lot more than regular trucks, because I feel like I'm on the brakes a lot more. The engine brake will kick out sometimes when I don't think it should. I also noticed the cruise control. If you put the cruise, let's say, on 60 and you go down the hill and you hit 65, the engine brake doesn't kick in. But I also might not be driving it right. I mean, I played with these little arrows here. I didn't seem to do anything, but I'll have to call up Andrew, see if he can give me some lessons on how to drive this thing. Andrew's doing good on his new job. Just completed his first day yesterday. He's driving a Peterbilt with an 18 speed. And he said he likes it. And it's that's awesome. He's a good dude. Deserves to be happy. For a few minutes, I was getting these weird thoughts while I was driving the Western Star, like, maybe I could drive this every day. It's very, very comfortable. Quiet. And then I got into this truck and I snapped back into reality. I don't drive trucks for quiet and comfort. I drive trucks because I like the sound and the noise and the vibration and the shifting. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'm gonna hook up the wagon, gonna haul some mix. You know, you know. Oh, it's so much better to ride up here. Feels good to be back trucking. Ah, I need 2 hands. Come on, I'm not giving up now. Alright, it's that damn rag. This thing's a piece of... Hey, people at East, I don't like this part. Since day one. Sick. Stomach squeezy. Was dizzy yesterday when I got home from work. Got to bed at 5 o'clock. Stayed in bed till 6 o'clock this morning. Never called in sick. My boss said stay home. I can't do it. Listen, I worked during COVID. Sick. See how we feel. We'll do a run. Back in a couple hours. If I'm not feeling it, I'll go home. Now we're down a couple drivers and we're busy. It's responsibility. I feel the responsibility. My boss doesn't. He says, "Oh, go home. If you're sick, go home." I'll be fine. Just gonna stay in the truck. Sometimes driving a truck is just the medicine you need. Make you feel better. Get my Hot Rigs apparel hat. A new hat from the truck show. I love Hot Rig apparel. That's my go-to trucker apparel company. Myself to stay home when I'm sick. Try to teach my kids. Well, you just gotta suck it up. Power through. If you're coughing all over people, it's one thing, but being sick on the road sucked. I mean, obviously I'm not on the road, but I had the choice. I can go home. I was sick on the road a couple times. First time I remember both times I remember very well. First time, I was driving for land transport. In my cab over Mac. July, August, somewhere around then. Real hot time of the year. Air conditioner broke on the truck. And I got pneumonia. I didn't know I had pneumonia. I just got really sick. I didn't know I had pneumonia until I got home from that trip. I was up in Michigan. TJ Maxx load, about 4 or 5 stops. Picking up a load of toys out of Michigan. Going to Evansville, Indiana. Ran into one of my Indiana drivers with a load going. He was going to Boston. His name was Blair Mesereau. Blair Mesereau from Evansville. Goes by the Great Ghost on the radio. Well, he did me a big favor and swapped loads with me. And I took his load east, back towards home. He took my load back to Indiana. And what normally would take a day to drive from Michigan to Boston took me 3 days. Just a little bit at a time, pull over, pass out a little bit. No air conditioning, July, it's miserable. The other time so I went home, I went to the doctor, found out I had pneumonia. I was out for a few days. The only other time I got really sick, well, I just thought of another one. One time I got shingles, and I was like 24 up in Wisconsin, and shingles in my armpits. Summertime, and forced myself to go to the hospital outside of Milwaukee. They said, "You got shingles." I didn't even know. I never heard of it. I had like these pockets of like pus under my arm. It was pretty disgusting. Couldn't put my arms down. They gave me some medicine. They said you need lots of B vitamins, and they gave me some pills, and I cleared it up. I cleared it up within a week. But ever since then, I always take vitamins. And Never took vitamins before that. And they said it was due to stress and not sleeping. And there's plenty of not sleeping back in those days, driving cross country. And then one other time I got sick, picked up a load of nursery stock, Fallsbrook, California. Nursery stock is how you plant loads to go to nurseries. Plants, trees, you load it on the floor. Usually have multiple deliveries. The driver gets in the trailer, walks the plants, they have tags on them. You look at the tag, walk them to the back of the door, the customer takes them off. Well, I picked up a 20 stop plant load in Fallsbrook, California, which is down by San Diego. And first stop Indianapolis, second stop Pittsburgh, then 18 stops on Long Island. Stopped at the Flying J in Albuquerque. And I got food poisoning. Edit this part out. The other time I got sick on the road, I got food poisoning. Picked up a load of nursery stock out of Fallsbrook, California. 20 stops on it. Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, and 18 stops on Long Island. Nursery stock are your tree loads, your plant loads, they go to nurseries. And stopped at a truck stop in Albuquerque for lunch. And I got food poisoning off the buffet. I think it was the cold mac and cheese that had been sitting there all day. I had a lot of it. And I got really, really sick. And I could barely move. And I got there, I was so sick. When I called each customer, I told them I can't even get out of the truck. Like, I'll pull up. You guys got to go in the trailer and take your stuff. And I did that all the way from Indianapolis to Pittsburgh. 18 stops on Long Island. It was bad. It was real bad. So yeah, I feel bad for any driver that gets sick on the road these days. Anytime. It's miserable. But we're powering through today. We'll get through it. On my way back from my second run. A couple more, we'll call it a day. I'm feeling much better. You know, to me, driving trucks is a lot like therapy. Like, I woke up this morning going, oh my God, how am I going to get through the day? Just climbed out of bed real slowly. And I sat there in the kitchen going, my wife's looking at me like, what are you doing? Go to bed. Like, no, I got to go in. I at least got to make an effort. At least make an effort. Because I know once I make the effort, I'll get through it. When my truck was airing up, I had my eyes closed. I was like this. Yeah, knock on the door. Bah, 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 bah. My boss. Are you okay? I go, nah, I'm still sick. He goes, go home. Nah. I'll do one run at a time. Go home if you don't feel good. No. I'm down to one driver if I go home. We're busy. So don't worry about it. No. I'll get through it. Much better now. I'm on my fourth run. I think I'm on the other side of this. I'm grinning because I just got a message. I always appreciate when people invite me to truck shows. I've gotten like 3 messages in the last couple days to come to different truck shows. But, I mean, I'm just a poor working schlub. You know, I get 2 weeks vacation a year. I can't go to all these truck shows. I get 2 weeks vacation, and then I take a little extra time off for Super Rigs in Mid-America. I wish I could go to all these truck shows. You know, I shows that I have to go back over the road, because when I was over the road, I was going to 10 truck shows a year with my truck. But, just being a working stiff, I don't have the luxury of just going to any truck show I want. Last year, I did get to the Big Iron Classic in Minnesota. That was kind of a last-minute thing. Hopefully I'll have a last-minute thing this year. And the guy wrote to me, he said, "Hey, you should come to Wheel Jam in South Dakota. It's only a week before Super Rigs." I'd like to do that, but only a week means a week off. So I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm not sure if people understand. I think people understand. I'm just a working guy that makes videos on YouTube. But I have to commit to my job first. And anything on top of that is a bonus. Luckily, I work for good people who let me get where I need to be, but I don't want to take advantage of that either. Plus, I feel like I'm part of a team, and I'm counted on. Like days like today when we're busy and I'm sick, and we're down to one driver. If I call in, even though I told them multiple times, stay home if you're not up to it. It's just not the way I am. And I'm glad I came in today, because I feel much better. I'm probably feel like I'm about 75% now. That's good. It's good. Tomorrow I'll be much better. My boss called me, breaking my nuts. He said, "Oh, I watch." I don't think they really watch my videos usually, so it surprised me. He called me. He goes, "I gotta critique one of your videos." And I said, "Oh, good. That's exactly what I want." "Yeah, what's that?" "I watched the video where you drove the 990 in Louisville with the automatic 18-speed. How come you didn't tell the guy all about your thoughts on automatics and how they're ruining the industry and everything?" I'm gonna get a sponsorship from Kenworth if I tell them how sucky I think automatics are. No, seriously, I never even thought of it. Usually when I'm making a video, it's so surreal that I'm like, it's like an out-of-body experience. I don't even think of that stuff until later. I had 4 people in the truck with me. But automatics are the worst thing in this industry. ELDs, emissions. They're good for some people. Any new technology. I don't like new technology. That's what it comes down to. I hate technology. I do like Bluetooth though. Bluetooth is good. This is what I use right here. This little thing right here. Greatest technology ever invented. It costs about $20. It's an XM/FM transmitter. I carry this wherever I go. When I go from truck to truck to truck, then I can listen to my Spotify and my satellite radio. And I guess I'm a hypocrite. I like this kind of technology. I like, but I love it. I take it in the snowplow with me. If I switch it to this truck and that truck. When I speak about automatic transmissions and ELDs, these are things that I don't really use in a day-to-day business. So I'm only speaking for what I see and how I feel about it. It's an emotional reaction. I feel like when drivers are on paper logs, though a lot of people took advantage of it, probably has a lot to do with the reason that now everything's recorded. There weren't as many accidents. There weren't all these pileups. And I feel like with the automatic transmissions, after driving the truck yesterday, and I was so comfortable and relaxed that I could have rested a little bit and just, well, you shouldn't be comfortable and relaxed while you're driving a truck. It's a truck. It's not a motorhome. That's the problem. That's just me. That's my emotional feelings about it. And, you know, maybe drivers are too relaxed or too comfortable and bored when they're driving. And on the ELDs on top of it, computer telling you when you gotta sleep. It's not right. It's not right. You sleep when you get tired. That's it. You can argue with that all day long. There will be arguments about that forever. I was listening to a guy in the airplane coming out of Louisville the other day, talking about all these statistics. Statistics. He says, I don't care about statistics. I care about real life, real application. Not graph on a chart. The guy behind the computer that's never been in a truck and never driven over the road and tell you what's what. I just doesn't sit right with me. Those are the only reasons I'm glad I'm not on the road anymore. I didn't have to deal with that stuff. It's been a really weird day. I can't imagine anything I filmed so far is going to make it in the video. We'll see, you never know. Maybe I get desperate for video. Not gonna happen. Gonna get some 3/4 stone. I really like this hat though. It almost feels like you can wear it all year round. Like it's oh, it is mesh. It's a nice hat. Hats are very personal. Trucker hats, when somebody gives me a hat, I mean, what can I do besides say thank you? I'm appreciative of it. I am. We're in one of my videos. It's a sign of respect, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I love truck hats. I like hats with trucks on them. That's my favorite. I had hats made twice already. People ask me for hats. They're expensive. So when somebody gives you a hat, you should appreciate it because they're really expensive. I've had 2 sets of hats made, $400 a piece, 24 hats each time. The wife said, you know, she watches the money. You're gonna sell them, right? Oh yeah, I'm gonna sell them. I'll make some money on them. I can't hand somebody a hat and ask for 20 bucks. I can't, it's not in me. I'm just not a good salesman. That's why I have the bonfire site set up for my shirts and hoodies and mugs and stuff. That way it's not too personal. This is my logo. If you want something, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Doesn't hurt my feelings. People were asking for it. I set up a website. It's down below this video if you want to go to bonfire.com. I've made money in that site. It's been sitting there for a year. I haven't even taken it out. It's not that much money, trust me. If it was a lot of money, I'd have taken it out already. But it's there for people who want it. Gonna get this day started. Head towards the weekend. Everybody's doing well today. Still feeling kind of yucky. But we're hanging in there. We're getting through it. One more day. Got my, what hat am I wearing? Oh. My stainless stew. This flatbed red hat. This flatbed red is a personal friend of mine. That's our truck on the front. The truck's name is Stew. Stainless Stew. Back roads in a detour. Closed the main road that I was traveling on, which is already a back road. Shoved me in the backwoods here. So I'm dodging tree limbs and branches, four-wheelers. when a big truck is coming towards you in your lane and you don't slow down, like this. Calm down there, buddy. All excited, your big truck. Big six-wheeler. Look at that tree. They definitely got to cross the road. Low wires and low trees and brave four-wheelers. A lot braver than I am. I see a truck coming towards me in my lane. Get on my brakes. I move over and I stop. Let the truck go through. People these days, I'll tell you. Alone in the gravel pit. It's dangerous. Nobody watching me. I put my camera in all kinds of places. Not feel all eyes on me. All right, we've made it to the end of the video and I don't go anywhere. This sometimes can be the most important part of the video. We don't know yet because I haven't decided what I'm going to say yet because none of this is ever scripted. You made it to the end of the video and we should do a little recap on what happened this week. Came back from Mid-America Truck Show, had a great time, blah, 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 blah. I was sick. I'm still sick. So I'm really not responsible for any silly things I said. If I said anything silly, if it made you laugh, that's great and that makes me feel good. People say I'm funny. I don't mean to be. It's just my personality. And yeah, it's been a good week. I've been full-time low bed driver as of last Friday. Andrew's at his new job, which he's enjoying, and not one low bed move. So what's up with that? Now we have a new driver coming. I hear he's moving here from Illinois. We've never hired somebody from out of state. Moving here from Illinois. Illinois or Illinois? I would say Illinois. Some guy in his 40s. Been in construction his whole life. He's got plenty of, as he says, low bed experience. No, he says low boy. We say low bed. He says low boy. Well, you better get it right. It's low bed experience if you're coming to Boston. That's how we say it. So that'll be the first thing he's gonna have to get trained on. And a few other things, like they don't haul heavy in Illinois. 80,000, right? 8,000's lightweight, buddy. You better buck up. Buck up, buddy. We're gonna teach you. We're gonna teach you. Ooh. No, we'll be good. We'll take him under our wing. We'll show him the ropes. He'll be fine. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, that's the end. I think I've said enough this week. All right, peace and grease. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for all the comments. These aren't just words coming out of my mouth. I do really appreciate it. I try and get to all the comments. It's hard because full-time truck driver and full-time dad and husband and blah, blah, blah. You've heard it before. Hit that subscribe button, share my content. Go back and watch my videos back to 2009. You know what I was doing last night? I'm sitting on the couch, and after I downloaded 4 of those short videos I talked about earlier, the ones that are under 60 seconds, I started scrolling through my shorts. I got shorts going back to 2009 I didn't even realize I had. And there's some pretty cool stuff on there. And there's a lot of cool trucks that I just was filming that some of those trucks aren't even around anymore. So go back, check my shorts. And you can watch my progression of videos if you're new to the channel, 2009 to now. The videos were really bad back then. They weren't really bad, but I didn't really know what I was doing. And I'm starting to get the hang of it now. So you tell me, like old Boston trucker, new Boston trucker, or you're waiting for the newer Boston trucker. That's the guy you're waiting for. I don't know. I haven't met him yet. Peace and grace. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Miss Flatbed Red, thanks for the hat. Charlie Tackerberry, thanks for the hat. East Truck and Trailer, not East Truck and Trailer, East Trailer Manufacturing, Fred Tribbiano. Thanks for the hat. Everybody who gave me a hat, I hope I'm not leaving anybody out. Thanks for the hats, guys. Peace and grace. Happy Easter, happy Passover, and happy whatever you celebrate. I celebrate with you. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones. Forget it, I forgot.